New state law means changes and more expenses at one of the area's only juvenile detention centers. WCBI's Allie Martin tells us how Lee County supervisors have agreed to fund a mandate calling for a full-time nurse at the facility.
You're taking the place of the parent.
Lee County Sheriff Jim Johnson told supervisors that every juvenile detention center must meet a host of new state licensing requirements, including having a full-time nurse and providing extra training in mental health assessments.
The main thing is when a detainee is brought in within 24 hours, they have to be mentally and medically evaluated. So, we'll have them on site and on staff there where we can get that done.
Those new licensing stipulations took effect in October after the Mississippi legislature required the licensing of juvenile detention centers and spelled out the standards. It is estimated the salary for a full-time nurse will run around $70,000. The sheriff says there was no other option.
The alternative would be you would close it, you would end up having to find some job for several staffing members over there, or they would lose their job. The second thing you'd have to do is you'd have to find somewhere to detain your juvenile delinquents that we have here in Lee County. One of the closest places would be DeSoto County. That would be if they took them.
Those tougher mandates can be traced back to the U.S. Department of Justice, which, among other things, says all juvenile detention centers must have a school for offenders. Sheriff Johnson points out the county gets no financial help from either the state or the federal government to pay for any of those mandates. In Tupelo, I'm Allie Martin, WCBI News.
The full-time nurse would start working at the juvenile detention center in March. The Lee County JDC also houses inmates from surrounding counties.